All right, now we'll work on our login page. Okay, so inside pages only, I'm going to create a new page, add new razor component. Let's call it login page. And before injecting anything, for the login page, and with this login page, let's work on register page as well because we don't have registration implemented yet. So let's work on that as well. Register page. So login and registration pages, we are not going to have our header and footer. That means nav bar and tab bar. We are not going to have those things. Now our nav bar and tab bar, those are part of this main layout, which is a default layout for all the pages and components. So for this login and registration page, what we will do, we will create another layout. In layout, we'll simply say add new razor component. Here we'll say, let's say auth layout. Okay. And right now this is a simple razor blazor component. In order to convert it to layout, we need to inherit this from layout component base. We'll inherit it from layout component base, and this layout component base gives us @body. We can have this body now. Okay. So here what we'll do, we'll simply have a div class container fluid, and this, I don't know, this start breaking. So div class container fluid, we are going to have this container fluid. Inside this, I am going to have some top section with our main primary color, and then we will have our login box which will be slightly inside that box on top of that, something like this. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one box, for example this div container fluid only. Here I'll say bg app primary, and I'm going to have a min height on this. So min height, let's say, or not min height, just height we will have something like, let's say, 250 pixel. Right, and we are not going to have anything inside this div. And from here we'll start on our actual page content. I'm going to have this as container, and on this container I'm going to have a style margin top. This will have minus, let's say, 100 page. So now it will overflow inside these top sections, and on this container I'm going to have, I think not in container, we should have this inside this. I'm going to have div class row, and inside this row I'm going to have div class, let's say, call 11, and this call 11 I'm going to have mx auto so that this is center aligned, and I'm going to have bg white on this section. All right, save everything. Now here we can have our styling, our form basically. Before this form, let's also have, maybe inside this row we'll have one more div class call, we can have simply 12 with the text center. Here we are going to have a section outlet, section name, page title. Okay, so if this is login page, we'll show login. If this is register page, we'll show register. All right, then inside this mx auto we are going to have our body. Cool. And we don't need any code related stuff here, so we are good with this. We have now auth layout. We'll go to login page, and on login page by default, if we do not specify anything, it simply gets everything from this routes, where route view we say that default layout is main layout. But on login page we will explicitly specify layout, which will be auth layout, which will come from this layout. So let's cut this and go to imports and add this using statement here. Now we have auth layout. Same thing we'll do on register page. Register page. Save it. Then if we see on auth layout, we have this section outlet with section name page title. So let's use this. Go to login page. Here we'll have section content, this section name page title. Here we'll say login. Save it. Copy this, go to register page and paste it and just say register. Right? In auth layout, we have this in text center, right? Right. This thing, let's have this in some H. So maybe H2 with some class, we'll see. Save it and we should be good now. Now on login page, we already have login DTO. So we are going to have our model here. So we'll say private login DTO. This is going to be our login model with the default value as blank values. In here, in this, we are going to have div class anything. Inside this, we are going to have our edit form with model equals underscore model. Okay. And inside this, not mode, model. Inside this, we are going to have our data annotations validator. And then we are going to have div class mb3. Inside this, we are going to have a label with class, let's say form label. We'll say username. Then we are going to have input text. This is classic Blazor stuff. Input text @ bind value. Second one equals underscore model dot username. We are going to have class form control. Form control, which is coming from Bootstrap. Then we can have placeholder as well. Placeholder equals enter username like this. Save it. Now let's copy this mb3, paste it one more time. This time we'll say put password, and here we will set type equals password. Type of just type equals password. And let's add the validation as well. So here we'll say validation message. Here we need to provide 4. So this validation is going to be for model.username. And then we are going to copy the same thing to the password. Here we'll say this validation is for password. Save it. After this, we are going to have our button, our login button. Div class mb3. We'll say button type submit class btn app login. Okay, save. Let's quickly try this out. How is it looking? Okay, let's run the app. Oh, sorry, we have not added the route on this. So login page, we are going to have @page/login, and on the register page we are going to have @page/register. Let's run it now. We have the app here. Let's go to cart page. Should not come. Did we miss something? If we go to this box, should not be here. Cart page. Oh, we set greater than equals to 0, but it should be just greater than 0. Okay, it will be fixed. Now let's click on continue. We are here on this page. Fine, good. We just need to see this. If I click on login, we can see these messages. Let's quickly design this further. So in auth layout, we have this thing. First, this login text. this should be text white, this one. Then let's have these top corners as rounded, or maybe all corners as rounded. So we'll say this is this one, right? Call 11. Here we'll say rounded one. Oh, these are the things. Rounded one, two, three. Rounded three. Let's say rounded three. Save it. And then let's have some padding inside this thing. Let's say P3. We'll have padding from all the sides. Save it. Now login page, I want this button to take entire width. So on this MB3, this div, we can say dgrid to display grid. Inside display grid, buttons are by default taking the entire width. That is how it works in Bootstrap grid. But let's see. Then validation message. So these should be in red color. We'll say style, or let's say class, text, pincher. Copy this, paste it with password, save everything, and this space looks a lot. Auth layout, we will not have 250, let's maybe have 200 pixel, or maybe 150 pixel only. This let's have it 100 only, not 150, maybe 180. We'll see. Let's restart. Okay, app is here. Now if you go, we can't see that thing. That is fine. Let's add some product. Go to cart. Continue. We are on login, and this is looking a lot better than before, right? This top section, we still have so much, but overall it is fine, right? Then we have this login button. If we click on this, we can see these things which are fine. On this, you see we have this background, this border kind of thing, but we should not have this. Let's decrease this height, and let's not have this. So these are coming from some bootstrap styling. Let's see what this is coming from. For this, we need to go to our browser, inspect. Sorry. So here we select this. Right now we see it is coming from form control focus, this thing. What we'll do, it is box shadow. Yes, it is box shadow. Outline 0, border color, background color. What we'll do for this focus, a border color, can we set none? No. Border color transparent, or maybe we can simply set border none. Simple. Border none, outline 0, then box shadow. Can we have box shadow none? Yes, box shadow. I don't know why we are seeing this here, but in this section, if you see, we can't see anything. It's not there. Now, if you do this, let me copy this thing, go to our project, and main global CS app.css, we'll have this here only. Form control focus, we are not going to have colors. We will have this also. We can get rid of border none, outline 0, box shadow none. These three things we need. Now when we are doing this, we can't see the, here we can see this, but in our physical device we can't see anything. None. Okay, let me try to restart that. And before restarting, let's decrease this height as well again. So we'll go to auth layout. Here we have 180. Let's make it 150 or 120. Let's make it 120. This thing, let's, instead of 100, let's maybe make it 80. Start. So if we remove that styling, that focus and all, then we will not see anything there, right? So we should have some visual indicator that this is a text box, these are these boundaries, so we can have some small normal border kind of thing, or we can have maybe some light background. We'll see. So app is here, let's try. Go to cart, continue. We are on login page. I click. You see that everything is gone now. We can't see anything. So maybe we can have the same border, whatever we have here, or we can have some very light background. Let's try this. Maybe let's try to see this color and get a very light version of this color. I don't know, maybe this color. Let's try this one. How would it look? So for this to check, we need to again go to our inspect. We are here, and if I add background color to this color what I just copied will look something like this, which is not looking good. Let's try this light version, light color. Select this one, this color, and a light version of this, maybe this color. Okay, then we can maybe get rid of border, or we can have just border. We'll just modify that border styling. So we'll first we need to have this as a background color, and if I type something, this is fine, text is looking fine. We just need to have background color this on all our text boxes. Okay, so let's quickly go here. We will go to our main form control. Here what we'll do, we'll say form control, and which are type text, and dot form control, or maybe for all we can have this for all, just, or maybe let's do this. We'll have it app text, something like this, or app entry, right? And we are going to have background color as this color what we just copied for this one. I did copy this color, right? Yes, this is going to be this color. And then for border, I remove the border, but that we will not do. So here I'm saying border none. If I don't have this, then how would it look? So I'm just trying to see what was the default value. So it was border color this. So we need to have border color. What is the border color on main form control? We have border this one. So we'll simply have the border same. Go here, border, we are going to have this only. Save it, save everything, and app entry, right? Let's try to add this app entry class on our form control, these input type text and password. I'm going to add this here, and I'm going to add this here as well. Save it, restart the app. Let's see how it looks. Okay, we have app here. Let's go to login page again, and we can see this thing now. We log in, we are seeing this is looking nice now, a lot better than before. And in the mobile device, physical device what I am looking at, it is looking nice. All right, so on login we need to log in, but before that let's have our register button as well. So after this we are going to show register button, which will navigate us to the register page. Do that in here only. After this I'm going to have one more div, or let's say two more div. one internal div, or maybe let's have just class, or let's do this the way we have done the UI for our previous .NET MAUI XAML app, the social media app. If you remember, on login and register page, we had one line, then we have some text, then we have line on the right side as well. So here I'm going to say div class my3 to make spacing. And then I'm going to say h stack, and then let's say gap 2, and inside this we are going to have hr. First we are going to have this, then we are going to have again an hr, and in between these we are going to have a span with some class styling. Here we'll say new user. Are you a new user? Then we are going to have this button. This is going to be simple button. Here we can say btn outline app. Here we'll say register. Save it. Here we don't need mb3. Save it. On click of this, it should go to the register page. So let's do this. We'll say nav link href/register. Save it. Let's restart. Okay, app is here. Let's go. We can see the new user and register, but with these new user, we can't see these two HRs. Let's quickly see why can't we see these. Inspect new user. Here we have H stack, we have HR, but these does not have any width or anything. So for these HRs, we are going to have width of 50% and 50% each, minus width of this new user. Sorry. So for this new user, we are going to have a fixed width. Let's say width of 50 pixel. And let's keep on increasing it unless it goes in the same single line. So let's say 85 px. Now on these two HRs, first HR, we are going to have width. We are going to calculate the width. We'll have 50% minus half width of this new user. So new user, this span has 85 pixel. So half of 85, 42 px. You see, we can see this HR now. Same thing we'll do for the next HR. Let's quickly add these in our code. We have this HR. We are going to add this style here. Style like this. Copy this HR, and on this width we'll do 84 so that the width is correct half. 84 span. We can have this style here. Style this width 84. Save it. Now if we restart, we should see that type of UI which we are looking for. We are here. Let's go to login page, and we can see this new user register login. If I click on register, we are on register page. This top section, that means the section content, section outlet, these are working. We can see this thing. Go back, we are on login page. Enter username, this should be enter password. Enter password. And with this, we are done with the design of the login page. Same thing we can replicate on the register page. But before that, we'll finalize the login page. Or maybe we should first work on register page, because only after registering we can log in, right? Alright. So let's stop it. Copy this entire div. Go to the register page. Copy this div and add it here. And in the code block, we are going to have private register DTO underscore model equals new. Okay. Now here bottom we'll say existing user question mark. If you are an existing user, just go to login page with the login page. Yes. And this button will say register. Let's see what all we have in registered ETU. We have name, email, mobile, password. We have username. We'll simply convert it to, let's say, name, and this also name. Enter name. Okay, let's copy this. After name, email, then mobile, then password. Name, we are going to have email, and this also email. Then we are going to have mobile, and then mobile number or contact number. That, what is this? Sure. All right. Save it. And with this, I guess we are good. We can quickly run the app and we can see the register page as well. Okay, we are here. Let's go to login page now. Register page, we can see the register name, email, mobile, password, existing user. And on this page, we need to increase the width of this one, right? It should not be 84. It should be somewhere, I don't know, maybe 100. So here we'll say 50% minus 50px, 50% minus 50. Save it, restart. All right, let's go to the page, login, register, existing user. We still need to increase the width. So let's do this in this inspect. Keep on increasing at least 105, 108. Let's do it somewhere like 116px, something like this. And here on this pen, we can also have text align center. Okay, so these two things, same text align center, we should have this on login page as well. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Here we need 116px. So in that case, this should be 116. So 50 and 8. So 58 and 58. And I guess we don't need to set this text center. This is already text center, but okay, let's have it. So we'll say class text center. Same thing, login page. Class text center. Save. Let's run it for the last time. Okay, let's see now. Login, register, looks good. All right. So with this UI part, designing of login register page is done. Next, we'll work on the functionality of register and login. Then storing the token in preferences and all these things will work next. All right.